The monthly profit for a small company that makes long-sleeve t-shirts depends on the price per shirt. If the price is too high, sales will drop. If the price is too low, the revenue brought in may not cover the cost to produce the shirts. After months of data collection, the sales team determines that the monthly profits are equals negative 30p squared plus 1,200p minus 8,000, where p is the price per shirt and f of p is the monthly profit based on that price. So we want to find the price that generates the maximum profit. Now, looking at this equation, it is a parabola that opens up, so our maximum price is going to be our vertex. So in this case, P is going to equal negative B over 2A, where B is 1,200. So negative 1,200 over 2 times A, which is negative 30. So I have negative 1,200 over negative 60, or $20. So finding the maximum profit, we merely plug in $20 into the equation. So I need F of 20 equals negative 30 times 20 squared plus 1,200 times 20 minus 8,000. So this becomes negative 30 times 400, which is 12,000. This becomes our negative 12,000, 24,000, and minus 8,000 for a net profit of $4,000. Maximum net profit. Okay, next. Find the vertex of the following equation. Same problem. Negative b over 2a gives us x. So b in this case is 1 over 2 and a is 2. So negative 1 over 2 times 2, negative 1/4. To find the y-coordinate, we simply plug in negative 1/4. I get 2 times negative 1/4 squared plus negative 1/4 plus 3. So 1/4 squared is, or negative 1/4 squared is negative 1/16 times 2. I have 2/8. Nope, 2/16, which is 1/8 minus 2/8 plus 24/8 gives me 23 over 8. So my point is negative 1/4, 23/8. Okay, next we want to find the zeros of the function. We're not going to concern ourselves with multiplicities. So we plug this into our calculator. And the graph is going to go up and off the screen and back down off the screen and back up. So we have 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. So we hit second trace. Left bound is here, right bound is here. And that one becomes negative 3.478. Finding this one, left bound is here, right bound is here. And that is 0.132. And the third one, this one here, left bound, right bound, and that is 4.346. Okay, identify the vertical, horizontal, or slant asymptotes. Write none if there are none. So the vertical asymptotes, I set my denominator equal to 0, x equals 1. Horizontal asymptote, I look at the degree of the numerator, which is 2, and the degree of the denominator is 1. So since the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, I do not have a horizontal asymptote. However, since the degree of the numerator is exactly 1 greater than the degree of the denominator, I do have a slant asymptote. So I divide 3x squared, put in a 0x plus 3. So x times 3x gives me 3x squared. 3x times negative 1 gives me minus 3x. Subtracting that, I get 3x plus 3. So this is plus 3, which will give me 3x minus 3. Remainder of 6, which doesn't matter, because I'm looking at y equals 3x plus 3. Okay, graphing a function. Find me 2 points. Find me f of 0, which is 0 minus 0 plus 0 minus 1. So the point 0, negative 1 is on the graph. And then I can find a 0 using my calculator. And I'll find at the point 1, 0 is where it crosses the x-axis. Using my calculator. I put this in my calculator anyways. And I get a general shape like this. That's all I need. Okay, so let's graph this function. First, we're going to find the asymptotes. We can see that x plus 1 equals 0, so x equals negative 1 is a vertical asymptote. So let's draw that in. X equals negative 1. We do not have a horizontal since the degree of the numerator is exactly 1 greater than the degree of the denominator, but we do have a slant asymptote. So we do our division. Again, putting our 0x for the placeholder. X times 2x gives me 2x squared. And x times 1 is 2x. Subtracting this, I get negative 2x minus 3. So minus 2 gives me negative 2x minus 2. Gives me a remainder of 1, but it doesn't matter. This is what we're looking for. So we need to graph the line y equals 2x minus 2. So if x is 0, y is negative 2. If x is 1, y is 0. If x is 2, y is 2. So negative 2, there and there. Draw our dotted line. And this is y equals 2x minus 2. Then plug it into your calculator. Recall y equals, open parentheses, 2x squared minus 3 divided by, open parentheses, x plus 1. And you get a graph that looks something like this. And that's all I need to see. Show me the asymptotes and the general shape of the graph. Now we're just straight up dividing. So I have x squared plus 2 goes into x to the fourth plus 4x to the third plus 8x squared minus 10x minus 4. So x squared times x squared gives me x to the fourth. And then 2 times x squared gives me 2x squared. Subtracting this, I have 0. I bring down my 4x cubed. 8x squared minus 2x squared gives me plus 6x squared. Go ahead and bring down the rest of this. X squared times 4x gives me 4x cubed. So here I have 8x. Subtracting again, that's 0. This brings down this. And then I have minus 18x and minus 4. X squared times 6 gives me 6x squared plus 12. Subtracting, I have negative 18x minus 16. So plus negative 18x minus 16 over x squared plus 2. Okay, another division problem here. X minus 2 goes into x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 8. So x times x squared gives me x cubed minus 2x squared. Subtracting, I have 2x squared. Bring down my 0x. And this is plus 2x, which gives me 2x squared minus 4x. Subtracting, this is 4x. Bring down my minus 8. 4. I get 4x minus 8, remainder of 0. So that one turned out even. Okay, next we have find a constant of variation k. Y varies directly as x. So y equals k times x. When x is 4, y is 14. So y is 14 when x is 4. Dividing, so we have 14 equals 4k. Dividing by 4, we have k equals 7 halves or 3.5. The amount of pain reliever that a physician prescribes for a child varies directly as the weight of the child. A physician prescribes 200 milligrams of the medicine for a 40-pound child. So the amount varies directly as the weight. A equals kW. 200 equals 40k, so k equals 5. So how much medicine would be prescribed for a 50-pound child? So we're looking at A equals 5 times the weight. A equals 5 times 50, which is 250 milligrams. A 60-pound child, A equals 5 times 60, which would be 300 milligrams. And a 70-pound child, A equals 5 times 70, which would be 350 milligrams. And the last part here is, if 135 milligrams of medicine is prescribed, what is the weight of the child? So 135 equals 5 times the weight. Dividing by 5, we get 27 pounds. And that is it.